Okay, everybody, welcome to Phantom Studio. How are you guys? I hope very well. Thank you so much to be here. I wanted to share with you some tips and tricks, some hints regarding how to merge two different presets. It is a question maybe many of you, because if you have a sound that you like from one preset, and you wanted to create a new preset to collect the sound from different one and mix together, many people ask if it's possible to combine the scenes together. Of course, this is not possible because scenes are parts of the presets. You cannot merge two presets together. This is not absolutely possible. But you can use some tricks to create some new presets and pick the best sound, the best effects, the best structure you want and combine to the single preset. Many of my presets in the store for FM3, for example, are made in a package. I mean, for example, the package MF Rectifier or the MF All Stars. All Stars is a combination of different amps, different famous amps. With FM9 and XFX3, I have the possibility to have two amps. So I combine 4 iconic amps for distortion iconic amps, and in one amp, and in the other amps, thanks to the channels, of course, I can combine 4 different clean channels. So in a single preset, you can decide which is the best distortion, you can decide which is the best clean. This is possible, of course, with FM9 and XFX3 because you have 2 amps block. But with FM3, is it possible? Yes, is it. Of course, you have only single amp, but I assume that you like 1 or maximum 2 or 3 distortion and 1 clean, or 1 distortion, 3 clean, or 2 distortion, 2 clean. Yes, because the maximum combination of FM3 in 1 amp, it is 4. Okay, you have 4 channels. Thanks to the channels, and thanks, of course, now it's possible that the switching between the different channels is gapless. This is really, really important. You can pick a different amp sound and combine in a single. And you can do this thanks to the library. Maybe you already know what is the library, but I will explain. First of all, okay, let me. Thank you so much, guys. Saturday, this is the Saturday and Fractal time, of course. Thank you so much. And of course, thanks too much to G66 family, okay, and Fractal Audio, of course. So this is a pack into my store. Of course, I ask you if you like, you can subscribe to the mailing list of my store. And you can check the MF rectifier. This is an example. Of course, you can pick any sounds of the very, very incredible and amazing factory preset that you have now in your FM3 or FM9 or XFX3. Remember that with the new firmware 10.0, there are new factory presets. Okay, you can find in the forum, you can find in g66.eu, and I absolutely suggest you to download and install the new factory preset, because with the new firmware, it was necessary to review some preset. And I'm doing a very hard job to renewing my old presets, and to me it is okay. This is an hard job, but it's really nice because I have the possibility to redesign the preset to get the most benefit of the new firmware. And one of the benefit is okay, the combination of different presets. So if I like, for example, a cabinet from one preset, I wanted to use that cabinet, or I wanted to use the reverb, I want to use the delay, any kind of block and channel of the single block. So, for example, this preset is made is a package. In the FM9 XFX3, you have double amp and double cabinet, so you can decide yourself which in every scene which amp and which cabinet you want to combine. Very easy. To have the same possibility with FM3, I created 2 different packages. One is the MF Rectifier Clean. On the Clean, you have 4 different clean sound. And the second, it is the MF Rectifier Dist, okay, where you have the 4 distortion amp I wanted to show you. For example, on the Dist, you have the channel. The C number 1, I used the, please take a look of the amp block. For example, on the channel 1, I have the Tordental vintage amp. On the C number 2, I changed the scene, I used the Tordental Mother. On the C number 3, I use the Recto 2 Red Vintage with the drive also included. And the C number 4. I have the orange modern channel of the rectifier, combined with, in this case, my favorite, it is a recto straight with dynamic one microphone. Okay, I have other scene, but I cannot add further amp because I have only 4 channels for the amp. In this case, for the scene, it is I call Tor Vintage Plus. It is the same Tor Vintage one with, for example, the pitch shifter. I do some different example. Etc. etc. On the clean package, okay, it is the same structure, same amp, without drive, because I don't need a drive on the clean channel. I do the same, but in this case I select 4 different clean channel. The Mark IV, the Mark V green channel. For example, the scene number 2, it is the preamp, it is a 3-axis preamp. Okay, or the Mark IV clean. Or this is nice, it is the Metro Blues amp. It's not a clean, but it is a really nice sound. Okay, let's assume that we want to create a new preset that I want to call the MF Rectifier Best or MF Rectifier. And I want to pick the best distortion amp of the first preset and the best clean sound of the second preset, the clean preset. So, for these reasons, first of all I start from the MF rectifier list. Okay, I save it in an empty slot. Save a copy to an empty slot like this, for example. Okay, and I call it, for example, best of me. Okay, so it is a selection, and I want, for example, to make the scene number 2. Typically, this is my style, but of course you can do what you want. For example, the scene number 2, I wanted to select the rhythm sound. And for example, I like the Tausend Vintage. What I do? Okay, I selected the scene number 2, and in this package I select, of course, the Tausend Vintage. This is easy because the amp is already in the channel. So I save it and I call, okay, crunch. Okay. I switch off the delay. Okay, and for example, on the channel, the scene number 1, I call the same amp, so it is in the channel A. I call the scene lead. Save it. This is easy. I want to add a boost, so I can use the scene level. I go to the output scene level, and I set this scene as 2.6 up to 3. It's up to you how much dBs you want to for the lead. Okay. And also I wanted to add the drive on the lead. So I switch on the drive. Okay, so I create my first two scenes, the lead and the rhythm part. As you can see, also there is also the enhance block if I wanted to switch on and off. Another information you wanted to see, it is also the block info, where you can see if during the scene, especially on the factory preset, sometimes different scenes means different amp and different cabinet. You remember, the sound, it is the composition of the amp plus the cabinet. So to be sure that the scene number 1 and 2 are the same, I can check, I can enable the block info, so I can see the channel name in every block. I switch between channel 1 and channel 2, and I can also see, okay, on the channel 1 there is also a different cabinet. Okay, this is the reason that the sound is not the same, not only for the drive, of course. Also the drive change. I pay attention because sometimes also in my presets you have the possibility to combine different channels. So this block info, it is essential to understand how the scenes calls the channels of each blocks. Okay, so in this case I want to use the cabinet A, so I go to the cabinet B and I select cabinet B to be sure that the crunch and lead use the same amp and same cabinet. Okay. Also, the drive is important. For example, on the channel on the scene number 1, it used the channel B, and I want to do the same on the rhythm part in case I want to enable the drive channel. Okay, there is also the delay. It maybe change something, for example. Okay, okay, you can see the delay change between channel A, channel B. Pay attention, my presets are made in the way that you can use the same blocks with different channels. For example, on the channel A, the mix is set to 21%. On channel on the C number 1, it is 8.7%. This is the change. The delay is the same. For example, this is not correct because I want more delay, for example, on the lead channel. So I select the channel A and I also increase, for example, the delay. Okay, I save it and I can use the channel B, so less delay for the rhythm part. So I often use the delay also enabled for the rhythm part. It is up to it depends of the song, it depends of your needs. But for example, yeah, fantastico. So, okay, I create my best of me presets. I remember often my presets are made to offer you a template where you can decide which is the best distortion, the best clean. You can combine what you want. So it is really important. So my presets are an idea how to create your own sound. Okay, and now I have to select the clean, but I have no clean channel on this preset. I can create the scene number 3. I I call clean, but I don't have clean. Okay, but I can pick the clean from the other preset, the clean preset. So let's select what is it? MF rectifier. Of course, I can do this for any kind of preset. Now I'm using the rectifier, but I can pick any clean I want from any kind of preset, of course. It is only an example. I pick the rectifier clean because I want to stay in the rectifier area. Well, so I go to select my favorite one. Let's check this one on C number 1, for example. Let's see C number 2. I love this. It is not clean, but I love it so much. But maybe I can also, for example, I can pick this clean sound, the MK green. It is the Mark 5 green channel, and this is the Metro Blues. So how can I create? First of all, let's look how happen on the channel. For example, C number 1 means amp channel D, okay, and cabinet channel B. If I select the 4, amp channel A, okay, and cabinet channel A. So I have to remember to combine these two kind of sound. For the moment, I don't take care about the other effects, but the principle is absolutely the same. So let's start from the Metro Blues amp. I want this amp and I want this cabinet, for example. So I can use the library. I click on the small triangle here, and I can save this channel with a name. You have two possibilities to save only the current channel or the entire block. For the moment, I wanted to save only the channel, not the entire block. So I call it MF Metro Blues. Okay, it is a. I suggest you to use a conventional name that I remember you what kind of block is. Okay. Of course, you can use any name, but it makes sense to use Metro Blues. I save, okay, and I do the same for the cabinet. I save it like save MF Metro B Cab, for example, or Metro Blues Club. I have enough space to type anything. Okay. In the same moment, I like to copy also the first clean channel. This one, for example, it is the USA MK5 green. So I do the same. Save this channel as MF MK5, okay, green, and also the cabinet. Save MF. I call it, because it is a recto cabinet, recto straight. I call it MF recto straight. Okay. So in this case, I save on the library, on the Fractal library, the channels I want to combine. Remember that Mark 5 green has to combine with the recto straight, while the Metro Blues block is combined with the Metro Blues cab. The cabinet is practically the same, but it is only an example. I can use any kind of cabinet, of course. Okay? Are you following me, guys? If you have a problem, please write the question on the chat. No, don't be shy. Okay, so the job is done for this preset. I come back to the best of me preset, and I go to the block, to the scene number 3. It is a clean scene. Okay, I switch off the drive, of course, and now I can select a channel, a free channel. I have to select a channel that I don't want to use anymore, because in this channel there is the Rect 2 Red Vintage, but I assume that I don't want to use anymore this amp on my new preset, because in this preset I use the Tordental Vintage, okay, as a distortion amp. So I can use the slot C of the channel reserved to Rect 2 and go to the library, click on the space here, and you will find different kind of pre-saved blocks, like, for example, the Metro Blues that I've saved before. I often use this system because when I use the preset, if I love an effect that I wanted to repeat and I reuse in a different preset, I save it as a block. So when I create a new preset, I can create a template, of course. I can start from the same preset, but also I love to store in my libraries the blocks that I often use. And another thing is that these blocks are in the Fractal folders, so you can also save your blocks you can backup it, and you can reuse in FM9 and FX3. This is very, very useful. So I selected the Metro Blues. Perfect. Okay. I save it. Let's check if the cabinet change. Okay, I use the channel A for this cabinet. So I use the channel B and I select the Metro Blues cabinet. Yeah, so let's check if it sounds like the Metro Blues. That's it. So let's go also to the original presets, the MF Rectifier Clean. There is also the compressor. It is the analog compressor and also a delay, dual delay. It's up to me, up to you, if you want to add on the Metro Blues-Clean the delay. Fantastico. I can use the compressor if you want. Maybe not. I can also switch on the pitch, the tune. Very, very nice. I also can do the same on the pitch block. For example, I have different channel for the pitch with more detune or less detune. This is more detune. You can see here the pitch detune is the same. I change only the mix level. I can also add the Plexiverb. Bello, fantastico, grazie Ante, from Croatia. Okay, I save it. Then I can do the same for this scene. Is a clean Mark 5, MK5. Okay, where I have this channel D, Recto 1 orange model. I don't want to use it anymore, so I select the previous saved block MK5 green. Wow, okay. And I can also use the same cabinet, or I can use another one. So I can use the slot C and go to the MF recto straight. Okay, so I create a new scene, and now I have three different sound. Scene number 1 use the Tordental vintage with plus the drive. The scene number 2, it is the crunch or the rhythm part. Use the also Tordental vintage with the cabinet A. With the scene number 3, I have the clean. It is a semi-clean with the Metro Blues amp with a different cabinet, and also I have another amp. In reality, you have 4 combination for the amp and 4 combination for the cabinet, means 16 different combination if you want. Okay, this is really incredible. This is very clean sound. Now I can use the compressor. For example, I love this sound and wanted to create a variant of this clean with the chorus, for example. So I can type on the scene, copy scene, for example, in scene number 8. Okay. I go to the scene number 8. I call this as clean Mark 5 plus. Okay. And I can add the pitch, the tune. Okay. I have 2 possibilities on the pitch, the tune, the lower version, the high version. Fantastic. So, question from Rod Rockn. Question: why do you put the delay on a different row? I already mentioned and already explained the parallel effect. There is a dedicated tutorial on the ambient effects connected in parallel. There is a reason that I saved the dry. I create the same structure of the 3 amp I used in the past, in the 90, where I have the dry signal as it is, and all ambient effects are in parallel. Delay, plex delay, and also the tune. It is the same philosophy from the huge rack like Steve Lukather, Mike Landau, Danaf, and so on and so on. The connection is made by hardware, and this is the replication of that connection made by virtual. Okay, this is the reason I prefer this. Also because you have to use the kill dry. Kill dry is made just for this, and kill dry avoid that the dry signal pass through the blocks, and in that case you have the sum of this signal plus this one, so you have triple signal drive effect. To connect the block in parallel, you can do this, and you have to enable the kill dry. This is a really special feature of Fractal. Only Fractal in this moment can do such kind of structure, such kind of rig, and I love it so much because you can recreate the same structure of the very famous rack. Okay. It is very important to understand. So please, on my YouTube channel, there is a playlist where there is a Fractal tutorial in English, and you can find a dedicated tutorial how to connect the ambient effect in parallel. Please check it because there are very, very important information about this. Okay. Exactly, and it is a parallel routing. Ivan Volpentest. Hi, dear Marco. Good evening. I don't use Fractal, but it is always a pleasure to listen to you, to follow you. Yes, thank you so much, Ivan. Because in any case, such kind of tutorial, I think, are really useful not only for Fractal but in general with other modelers or with the real amp, real situation, because this structure comes from my experience in the past where I do this rig in the real world with a real connection. To create such kind of parallel, I have to use the mixer, I have to use the MIDI switcher, and so on. If you check the baud branch of rack, you can understand how is this philosophy. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you, Spirit. So, I have to create a new scene, clean, fantastic. So I can create also the scene. I can use, for example, the Metro Blue channel. Okay, let's check. I wanted to use the same scene, okay, but I can save to scene number 7, for example, copy to scene number 7. Okay, so this is the clean I call dry, and so I switch off all effects, and this is the sound. Very blues sound. And I wanted to make the same scene, okay, I've already stored, with, for example, the Plexiverb. I love it. I can use also the Econo Simmer, for example, in a different channel. I can create different scenes. So with the benefit of the channels, they are amazing, guys. I call this Clean Plus. I can, for example, make a new scene. I copy this scene on number or scene number 6. Okay. It is also the same scene. I call Clean Plus, a series of plus. Why? Because I wanted to enable delay. I wanted to enable the pitch, the tune channel A, and I also enable the shimmer. So this is a massive, super fantastic, clean shimmer. I want to use not this clean, but the clean with Mark V. I check the scene number 4. Okay, I use, for example, the amp D and C combination. So I come back on scene number C. So D on amp and C. Okay, and I also have to enable the compressor. So I create the same scene, but with the Mark IV clean, Mark V. So it is incredible how many sound you can have with this small unit. I'm using FM3. It seems incredible, guys, but I'm using FM3 and have a look on the CPU. 75. I have so many things on the rig, and I'm still on 65. It's incredible. And at the same time, I have this sound. This is absolutely incredible. I have another scene I have to finish. It is the scene number 5. It is Tor Vintage Plus. For example, I wanted to use the lead and I want to create another lead. So I copy this scene to scene number 5. I call this scene number 5, this lead plus. Okay. Where I wanted to enable the pitch the tune, for example. I also wanted to enable the Plexiverb. Another hints. For example, on the lead, this Plexiverb is too much, and I want to use less Plexiverb. How can I do this without affect the clean? Because remember, I saved this scene. If you remember, on the scene number 7, okay, I have a Plexiverb. For the clean sound, this Plexiverb is perfect, but it's too much for the lead sound. So how can have the different Plexiverb without affect the other scene? Very simple. I suggest you to save this channel A, not to the channel B, because on the channel B I have the Econo Simmer. Save this channel to, what is it? Copy channel A to channel C, not channel B. Don't overwrite the channel B. Okay, so on this scene, I select the channel C, where I decrease the mix of the Plexiverb. I give you another hint. For example, okay, you can have 1,000 of ideas. When I create my preset, I spent a lot of time because I can do this, I can do this, I can do the possible variants are so much that is incredible. For example, I want a different lead channel with more mid-range, and because I'm using the drive here, I can change the FET preamp, for example. I copy this preamp, this channel to the channel C. Quindi copy channel B to channel C. I select the channel C and I go to set different. For example, more tones. Then also I can go to the graphic EQ and increase the mid-range. Okay. I can close, I can also decrease the bass, I can create this V curve. Wow! This is different of the previous one. So you can see how many sounds you can get from a single preset with FM3, and I pick different amp. Of course, I can pick a Bassman amp. I can pick a Marshall JTM 45, any kind of amp and cabinet. It's really easy. What you can't do is to change the structure of the preset. But as you can see here, this structure let you to create a wide range of sounds. So for example, I have the compressor here. I have also this circuit that let me to select the volume of the watch pedal. Okay, I already explained this circuit. I have the driver if I wanted to add a boost. I have the amp, the cabinet. I have also the enhancer block for this preset. I have the ambient area. So I can do what I want. And if I change the channel in the proper way, I can get 8 different, completely different channel, completely different ambient, with different amp and different, without any gapless. And as you can see here, I still at 75% of the CPU with the firmware 10. So this unit is amazing, and I love Fractal so much. Okay, let's check some other some other questions. Sorry, Jerry Apodaka. I hope the surname is correct. Hello, Marcos. Greeting from California. I love your tutorial. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I came from the tips. Stayed for Marcos playing. Thank you so much. Spirit Groove. Will this preset available on? Yes, Axel, keep the preset is already available as MF rectifier, and if you are using the web browser, below the video there is the direct link to the preset. But you can go to the preset. I can I can show you. Okay, this is the scan code. Okay, the QR code for the store, or you can also select the marcofanton.it, and you can enter in my store. Use the search bar. I can show you. Why not? Why not? I never show my store, and it is so pretty nice to. Okay. Where is it? Home. Okay. Okay, this is my homepage. Okay. So you can also check my gear, you can check my biography, you can check, this is my studio, as you can see. And if you go down, you can type my preset store, or can type here, and you can enter in the preset, so you can see all the collection. You can let it a review. Don't forget to subscribe to the mail list. This is really important if you want to receive the update. Okay, and I suggest you, for example, to type here on the search bar MF rectifier. Okay, and easily you can find on the preset. Okay, you can buy it, go to the shop and so on. Very, very, very easy. Is available for FM9, FM3. FM9, FM3 makes no sense to make. Already have a double amp, but for FM3 I will add, not at the moment because I just finished now to do this preset. But on the package, you can, in this preset you can find 2 presets. The MF rectifier distortion and clean, and now I add also the preset just I've created. This is an example for you how to create your favorite presets. Okay? Perfetto, perfetto. Okay. Learning so much about channel edit is amazing. Thank you so much, Spirit. And don't forget to go to the I can show you how to do this. It is a tutorial time, so I have a possibility to show. Okay, this is my channel. You can go to the playlist here, and you can find a Fractal tutorial in English. And here you can find a lot of English tutorial, also the Fractal Sound Live, where you can find for example, how to create a preset for worship. There is, for example, audio acoustic with acoustic guitar, how to update, how to create Van Halen sound. You can. Here, the ambient parallel effect. This is the tutorial I mentioned before, where I explain how to create the ambient parallel effect. You can get a lot of information. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, of course. Subscribe to the store and the channel to be updated. Okay, let me check other questions. I am a customer already. Thank you so much, Axel. Okay. Don't forget to now this is possible to make the reviews. Don't forget to type a reviews. I hope 5 star, but 4 star, 3 star, 1 star it is okay. But 1 star can help me to understand what is the problem, so I can solve it. It is a way to communicate, to make an interaction with my audience. Okay. Question: do you use a foot pedal to change between channel A, channel B, C when playing? No. Good question, Rodden. Typically I don't use the foot pedal. I use the foot switch to recall the scenes. So I have the possibility. I will show you, but I already make a tutorial for this, to use the 3-foot switch to recall up to 8 scenes and also do more and more. So I don't need to change between the channel. I don't want it, because if I have to change between every channel, it is really hard, because I have to switch the amp, but I also to switch the cabinet, the effect, and so on. I prefer, as I shown before, to create a single scenes to create the perfect scenes for such kind of sound. So the scenes are much better to me, instead to select a single channel for the amp or single channel for the cabinet and so on. It's too much. Okay. Is a foot switch essentials? But in this case, for example, I'm assume that since you can recall the scenes, I can show the FC edit of my. This is my FM3 now. I can switch on the scene. Okay, this is my layout. I already make a tutorial for this. This is my 3-foot switch. As you can see, I use the foot switch in a smart way. So with the first one, foot switch, I can toggle the scene. What means toggle? That I can select scene number 1, it is the primary scene, and the secondary scene is scene number 4. So I can type 1 and have a lead. I type again, and as you can see, I select the clean. Give me a moment. I am pretty well organized, guys. Let me a moment. I wanted to show you better. So we can do what we want. We have incredible organization for the live stream. Okay. Super. Okay. So this is super incredible. Let me create a new layout. Okay, with the new camera where I am. Okay, maybe this. Okay, this is my towels. Oh, okay, this is incredible. This is my coffee. Ah, okay. And I wanted to add the editor so you can see the editor here. Where is it? Okay. The editor is here. Let me create everything is online, guys. So this is an incredible yeah, this is amazing. Maybe it's better to use this scene. Okay, maybe it's better this one. Okay, perfect. Now it's incredible. So this is to understand, to show you how I create. For example, I use the 3-foot switch, and I use the foot switch 1, as you can see. Please check the status of the program, the status of the programming of the scene number, the foot switch number 1. Scene toggle, primary scene is 1, secondary scene is 1. So when I click 1, I recall the lead. If I click again, I call the 4, the scene number 4, and I can alternate these two scenes. I do the same with this foot switch, okay? This one. Do you see the editor? Sorry. If I click 1, I recall the crunch scene. You can see on the screen here, the crunch screen, and also here. You can see the screen and also the editor. I click again and I select the lead plus, and I can alternate two scenes. Then I clean on the third foot switch, and I select from channel scene number 3 and number 6. Then I can press and hold, okay, to have another page where I have another foot switch here, where I alternated the last two scenes, 7 and 8. And I also add the Plexiverb here, and the tap tempo and tuner. If I wanted to come back, I press and hold the foot switch 1, and I come back to the first layout. So this is an incredible convenient way. It is an incredible convenient way to only with 3 foot switch you can recall 8 scenes, and 8 scenes for a one song. It is. I use a single preset for every kind of gig, so I don't need to change so much the presets, because I organize my presets in the way that I have all sounds fit into the single preset. Okay, it is clear. If it's not clear, please type the question. I am okay. Carlos Moras. FM3 has 3 foot switch. You usually foot between scenes, not between channels. Okay, exactly, Carlos Moraes. Okay, but with the FX3 it is pretty the same. I also use the 212. I have the FC12, and I use the first foot switch in the same way, and I reserve the other foot switch to switch on and off all the effects. I want to be free to select, to enable any kind of effect in real time during the gig. Foot switch is powerful capability. Absolutely yes, Spirit Groove. Absolutely yes. It is only a matter of your of your intelligence, your ability to program. Fractal is so amazing that you can do practically everything. I don't find out any kind of things that is not possible with Fractal. Okay. So. Ciao maestro, ciao Link. Okay guys, if you have other questions, I play something for you if you want, if you like. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to subscribe to my store. Okay, I can put here. Okay, you can put your questions, or I can say you ciao. Have a nice weekend. I play another backing track over another backing track. Why not? I'm enjoying a lot. Something like this. Let's check. Yeah. Funk fusion guitar backing track in G minor. Yeah. Okay, incredible. Very, very nice. Okay, thank you so much, guys. Have a nice weekend. Nice to see you again. I'm waiting for you next Saturday, maybe. Yes. Don't forget Fractal Sunday, and don't forget to subscribe to G66.eu YouTube channel. Thank you so much, guys. Yeah.